Good. And one today is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. Your day for Thursday the 10th. All right, let's go. Well, no new setups going into tomorrow. Let's see how this shakes out. As I think I've been saying quite a bit, a big update like today is really not that shocking given the stretch VIX and the oversold nature and everything else. It's what happens next that's important. If we roll right back over, then we could be in lots and lots of trouble. So let's let it shake out a little bit in here, and then we should see a plethora of shorts. I had, roughly 2,000 I went through tonight as far as stocks, and many of those were pullbacks from lows. So again, we could see plenty of setups soon. JBL stopping out. I never complain about, well, number one, making money, but I certainly don't complain about making money in a down market. I just updated CCL. I thought things were looking a little bit better than they should, given the nature of the rally. Anyway, obviously, under your stops on any of these leftover shorts, AGI triggering today, moving slightly in our favor, better than poking the eye. I suppose. Take a look at that in just 1 second. You can see there's just one or two goals and still in here setting up. That's kind of a gold slash silver stock. Couple of these capital related, financial related stocks. I'll break it down, beginning to pull back a little bit. It's not time to go after them just yet, but I just want to put them in here just to show you what I'm seeing. Insurance, we could see some setups there fairly soon. And one thing I like about those areas is they're just beginning to break down a little bit from these high levels. And energies is another area that we could see some setups in fairly soon. So tonight's list is more representative of what I'm seeing as opposed to stocks that I suggest you should rush out and short. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and then we will take a look at the overall market and some sector action. CCL, big bounce there, still well below the 200. Obviously, under your stops, just in case. TPR, decent rally there, a big rally there, I should say. Still looks like it's in lots of trouble longer term. Squint your eyes. It just looks like a little bit of a bump in the road on that one. JBL, big rally into the stop. The short side, as often happens, and as you likely know, can be kind of brutal with these Dorn retrace rallies. And as the AGI, nice little trigger, and not too far from these all-time highs, so that's always obviously a good thing. Let's take a look at the overall market. It's going to a lot of repeating patterns, obviously. A lot of things just kind of look the same, so hopefully I won't spend too much time on all that, but there are a few things that I do want to discuss, obviously. But they're all up days in the S&P 500, 9.5%. Wow, that's just absolutely amazing. Even ludicrous would say that's ludicrous. I wouldn't call this the all clear. It's what happens next as a trend follower, and as you know, that's important. Obviously, if we take out today's low, and I've been telling a lot of people this lately, and I think I've been mentioning a lot in the market in a minute, that we could see, and in the service too, we could see the mobile rallies, and I think that was today. It's what happens next that's important. Again, in 49.50, keep an eye on that. That's going to be really important. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Wow, look at that, 12.16%. I don't think I could ever remember that. I'd have to go back and look at the charts and try to jog my memory. But wow, what a day. Still well below that 200-day moving average and still looking pretty ugly. And, don't tell anybody, but we have a golden, what do you call these things? Death cross. We have a death cross as of today. So nothing to get too excited about that, but you can. I wouldn't trade them mechanically, but the drawdowns below the death cross, or the peak to trough, I should say, or the lows, I should say, can get pretty ugly after a death cross. But if you try to trade them, there's virtually no edge. It's maybe like a 2%, 3% edge in trading them. But it's what can happen when you have the death cross. And I'm just noticing the rusty death cross a long time ago. This thing's been in trouble for a long time. We also have bow tied to the downside in the S&P 500. But Rusty, a decent day there too. But so far, I mean, squint your eyes, just pull it back a little bit. So as big as today feels, and when you see the futures up, was it like 500 points or something? It's like unbelievable. But it's not that big of a deal, bigger picture, and that's what's a little bit scary. As you would expect, a lot of areas had huge bounces today, but a lot of areas still look like they are in trouble. Let's cloud computing, take a look at semiconductors. Again, remaining in a pretty serious downtrend so far, just bouncing. So I wouldn't get too excited just yet. I want to take a look at a few more areas. Before we do that, before we forget, bonds had a decent day. I know there's been some concerns about bonds as of late. They've kind of imploded and come back to the old lows, obviously. But good to see them catch a bid today because that was, again, on the minds of a lot of people. Copper bouncing a little bit, but it's imploded as of late. Gold, the commodity, decent day there, not too far from these all-time highs. Gold stocks following suit, a little wide and loose and choppy in their trend, but still in a trend nonetheless. Again, the sector action, a lot of areas like biotech look like they're in a lot of trouble. Decent day today, up about 6%, but still in lots and lots of trouble nonetheless. Take a look at the transports, big bounce there, but again, still look like they could be in trouble. Ditto for oil service, and the list goes on and on, obviously. So now's the time to let it bounce a little bit. Let's let it shake out. Let's see what shorts set up. And hey, you know, it'd be great getting stopped out of all our shorts and then getting long and staying long for years and years. That's fine with me. But for now, I think the short side's still a side to play. However, let's see where this bounce takes us and not be a hero just yet. Everybody have a fantastic night. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Thank you so much.